She's found a new home. I gave the pink flamingo to my mom as a gift. And now it's in her yard. Are those petunias? I think he's got room for a couple more there on the back window. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, standing in front of a staple of downtown St. Cloud consumerism, Moore's Market. A plethora of folk go in and out of there every day, and I was one of them. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's my dad right there, hanging out by the van. Have you ever been in Moore's Market before?
I have.
It's quite the experience.
I actually came down here many times every Sunday morning and bought a newspaper for years and years, and would take the newspaper back to the office at the church.
So you have memories of this, and I do too, because I lived probably about a block and a half from here for a very long time.
Yeah.
And as the sun starts to set, this place changes just a tad bit. The clientele, the demographic of people who attend the entryway to Moore's Market starts to change a little bit. It's the Daily Woo. We're gonna stop off here at what used to be the Veterans Memorial Library, and now currently it is the St. Cloud Heritage Museum. My family and I moved here in 1991, so St. Cloud is kind of my hometown. I lived here for 25 years before I moved to California, and now I'm back visiting. And there's a lot of history in downtown St. Cloud, and this museum has a lot of stuff a lot of people don't know about. Like a lot of old towns, they used to have trains running through them. St. Cloud no longer has a train, but they used to have a sugar mill and a train that went by the sugar mill that went up to Kissimmee, Florida, all through Osceola County. And here's a model of what it used to look like. Here's a photo of downtown St. Cloud way back in the old-timey days. In fact, here's another photo dated 1926. That is 10th Street looking west and 10th Street looking east. And it's kind of like a panoramic. I didn't realize they had panoramic in 1926, but evidently they did. And this is a model of the St. Cloud Water Tower, which back in the day it used to have a cross on the top of it. But in 1989, according to this article, they took the cross down. You could see the worker taking the cross down. But when we moved here, it had the cross. Remember when it had the cross on top of the water tower? Remember that?
No. My
dad has corrected me. We did not live here in 1989. We moved here in 1991. So my memory, my recollection is based on newspaper clippings. It's interesting how that works, how you see something either on television or in a newspaper clipping and you think that you actually experienced it.
You think your memory is failing you now, son?
And as small as a community that St. Cloud is, they do have their own Monopoly game, St. Cloud-opoly. And inside the museum, I picked up this book called St. Cloud Images of America. And I bought this book a few years ago. I don't know what happened to it, so I have repurchased it. And inside are all kind of cool old photos of downtown St. Cloud from the good old days, the days of yore and yawn. Is that the terminology?
Yesteryear.
Yesteryear. That's the word I'm looking for. If you look on the side of that wall, you'll see a mural of what was the original investment company when people moved here to St. Cloud. The first property owners went inside the investment company right there, as depicted on the mural, and bought their property. Of course, the building is long gone, but it's documented in this book, look. So that's what it looked like before they painted the picture on the side of that building, and it's now immortalized in the form of a mural. When we moved here in 1991, this was my dad's church. Remember that, Dad?
I vaguely remember that.
Vaguely remember that?
Faint memories.
And your office was through those doors.
Yep.
And then a very subtle right, and your office was back kind of behind that little window area, but like through the hallway.
That's the place.
Right in there. And they've changed the color scheme of the church, and it looks pretty much the same though, other than that.
Used to have a flagpole there on that little bitty sidewalk place there behind the sign.
Did they remove the flag?
Eventually, I can't remember why, but they did eventually remove
Maybe
it.
the flagpole just fell over and they never put it back out for a
Could have happened during a storm. I don't remember for sure.
Speaking of storms, you remember when right up there a tornado came through and blew part of the roof off?
I do remember that.
Part of the awning up there? And this was the back alley that led to our home. From the mean street alleys of St. Cloud.
That's us.
That's right, we got some street cred. Right on this slab of concrete used to sit a basketball hoop. And it only stood about 8 feet tall. So I took a bunch of pictures of me slam dunking it, and it made the optical illusion that looked like I was really slam dunking a real scale 10-foot basketball hoop. And this was our home from 1991 on for how many years do you think we lived here?
Lived here till July of 99.
So gosh, 8 years or so. And this is all built on. It used to be a screened-in porch. And the first car I ever got, I parked in this driveway. This is New York Avenue. And until a couple years ago, the original brick that's on the ground was covered over with concrete. And then the people in the town petitioned and decided, let's remove the concrete and bring back the brick. So now we have the old-timey feel of driving over brick again, which is really cool.
It's the Sunnyside School.
Sure is, yeah. Someone has painted murals all along the side of this wall. In fact, there's murals all over downtown that a lot of people who live here don't even notice. That's probably an untrue statement. They probably notice them, but they just, after you see something long enough, you start not to pay attention to it anymore. What are you pointing at?
Another mural.
There is another mural over there. Did you ever notice that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This old produce stand, you can tell, used to be a gas station at one point. There's some cows right over there. And more importantly, well, not more importantly, but another subject other than those cows. You cows are important, but I wanted to talk about the sunset off on the horizon. In fact, I'm gonna fly the drone up, try to get some aerial shots of the Central Florida clouded sunset as it starts to careen itself down over the horizon. Pretty freaking beautiful. I feel like now that the cows need their own segment in the vlog, and now that I dedicated a section of the vlog to the cows, the sunset looks a little angry. It's like jealous that I shifted gears. You can almost see the eyes and the mouth. Looks like an angry face. Calm down, sunset. You get enough attention on your own. I just drove from St. Cloud, Florida up to Kissimmee, Florida, which is only a few miles. There are so many people, more people than I have ever seen playing Pokemon in the park. Every single person out here is on their phone looking for Pokemon. Look at this, there's not dozens of people, there are hundreds of people, everyone on their phones, trying to catch them all. This is insane. I thought that Pokemon was starting to kind of lose a little bit of popularity. I was wrong. Look at this. This is like a mob of people. It's crazy, right? It's like they're zombies coming towards me. Don't even try to count how many people have been in this vlog Pokemoning, because it's pretty much near impossible. I guess Magbar's around, whoever that is. What is a Magbar? What is a Magbar? Magmar.
It's got flames.
I've just never seen so many Pokemon Go players in one place before. It's kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
Does the Disney videos?
Yeah, Adam. How are you?
Hey.
You're now in my vlog.
Cool to meet you.
Yeah, look at everyone running. Look. They're storming. Look at this. Holy cow, it's like a mob scene out here. Oh my gosh, this is like a riot. This is like a full riot. Oh my gosh. This is the most insane thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Holy cow. So everyone's running after this guy?
Yeah.
Did you get him?
I did not yet.
Oh, he's probably really high. Look, he's really high.
A Lapras. So can only one person get a Lapras?
No.
So everyone, how many people you think are out here right now if you had to count? 1,000?
No, they're a lot.
So you now that somebody else got him, you can't get him?
No, we can.
So you got him.
It's like a point in the map kind of thing. So if one person finds it, everyone else who comes to that spot will get it.
So everyone's mobbing over here because that's where he is. So here's a little advice. If you play Pokemon and you're in Kissimmee, Florida, this is the spot to be. Every night, it is like this every single night out here. So if you do not have a fear of huge crowds and you're looking to catch all the Pokemon, this is the secret spot. Well, not so secret spot. Look at this. I don't really know how I feel about the whole Pokemon craze. It's great that people get out of the house, But holy cow, it is taking over, folks. It is taking over. By the way, speaking of over, vlog